Hey guys, today we're going to be using this yarn. It's called Big Twist. It's 100% acrylic. It's 170 grams. You're going to need only one skein for this to make this top. So yeah, one skein will be enough. It's a size 4 yarn. It recommends a 5mm hook, which is an H in US. It's H8. But I'm going to be using a smaller hook, which is a 4.25mm hook. That's what I'm going to be using. So you need one of these and any other color, just a small color to, to add on to your top, just like how you've seen in the picture. The other materials you'll need is your scissors, a tape measure, darning needle, and I think that's it, and a stitch marker if you are a beginner or if you feel like you need it. All right, so let's get started. Make a slip knot. This is how I make my slip knots. Then you're going to make a chain of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you're going to yarn over, and into the first chain that you made, you're going to make 2 double crochets. So basically you're going to skip 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th you're going to make 2 double crochets. That's 1 and 2. So here at the beginning we're left with 3 chains, which is going to count as our first double crochet. So row 2, you're going to chain 3, turn your work, yarn over, and into that same stitch you're going to make a double crochet, and by doing that we're going to be making an increase. So you're going to start with an increase. So yarn over, insert your hook on top of that first stitch where this chain is coming out of, and make a double crochet. Then yarn over, place 1 double crochet on top of this middle stitch. Now we have 1 stitch left, which is our chain, so you're going to yarn over and you're going to make an increase right there. So make 2 double crochets into that same space, which is the chain, and that marks our second row. Third row, chain 3, turn your work, yarn over, make an increase, make a double crochet right on top of that first stitch, like that. Yarn over, make 1 double crochet on top of the next 3 stitches. That's my son in the background, guys, so excuse him. So now we have 1 chain left here, so you're going to yarn over and make 2 double crochets on top of that last chain. That's 1 and 2. Okay, so for row 4 we're going to repeat row 2 and 3. Chain 3, turn your work, yarn over, make an increase. Okay, and then you're going to yarn over and make, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you're going to make 1 double crochet on top of the next 5 stitches. So we have 1 stitch left here, which is a chain, and you're going to place the 2 double crochets to complete the row. So you should have something like this. Okay, so for row 5 I'm going to show you guys one more time. Chain 3, turn your work, yarn over, make an increase, So at the very end, you're going to make 2 double crochets like that. Oops. All right, so that's what you're going to repeat. Repeat 1 row 1 and 2. I'm going to keep going until I have a total of 15 rows, and then I'll be back, guys, to show you what to do next. Actually, that's going to be the 16th row is where we're going to change colors. Here I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 rows. So I'm going to make my last row of increase with you guys. Okay, here I'm going to fasten off. So I'm going to chain 1 and cut the yarn. If you know a better way to change colors, please go ahead and use that method. Okay, so now I'm going to turn my work, insert my hook into this very first stitch, get my white color, make a slip knot, and I'm going to attach it to pull it through like so. And then I'm going to chain 3. Okay, that chain that I just made does not count as a chain. So chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. So we need to make an increase here, right? So you're going to yarn over, and into that same stitch the chain is coming out of, you're going to place your second double crochet, and there you have made an increase. Then you're going to make a double crochet on top of the next stitch. So yarn over, make a double crochet. So the next stitch is going to be a bit different. So we're supposed to be working on top of this stitch. Usually we'll do that, right? So this time we're not going to do it like that. So what you'll do is yarn over twice, and you're going to go to the stitch right below that one. Okay, so you go to this row, and you're going to ignore this first chain or stitch, and you're going to work over this next one. So you yarn over twice, insert your hook like so, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through the last 2, and you should have something like this. Then you're going to yarn over. If you can turn your work a little bit here, you will see that this is the stitch you have. So you're going to skip it and work into the next one. So you're going to make a double crochet on top of this next stitch. Okay. So make a normal double crochet like that. Make 2 more double crochets on top of the next 2 double crochets like that. So you have 3 double crochets there. So the next stitch is going to be just like this one. So yarn over twice. Then you're going to, what I would do is go to this next row and count 3 stitches. Okay, so you're going to count 1, 2, 3, and that means, hold up, yeah, count 1, 2, 3, and into this next one you're going to make a front post double crochet, a front post treble crochet, sorry guys. So here you have already yarned over twice, insert your hook underneath, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through the last 2. Okay, then next you're going to make 3 normal double crochets. So skip this next stitch and into the next 3 stitches, make 3 double crochets. So every after 3 double crochets you make a treble front double crochet. So our next stitch is going to be a treble. So yarn over twice. From the stitch below you're going to count 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and onto this next one you're going to make a treble, a front post treble like this. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through the last 2. You should have something like that. Skip the next stitch and make a double crochet on top of the next 3 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3. Then I'll go onto this next row and count 3, 1, 2, 3, and onto the 4th I'm going to make a front post treble double crochet. And you're going to repeat that all the way until you get to the very end. So I'm working on my last treble double crochet, so I'm going to yarn over twice, then I'll get down here and count 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th I'm going to make a front treble double crochet. I don't know if that's how they say it though. A front treble double crochet. Anyway, pull the last 2, and then of course you're going to skip this next one and into the next, like 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet on top of the next stitch, and now we have 1 chain left, so we're going to yarn over and place there 2 double crochets to make your last increase. Chain 1 and cut off the yarn or pull through. You should have something like this. So for the size that I'm making, I'm considering a size extra small, okay? So from one rib cage to the other for the extra small is 15 inches, okay? So that means the widest part of my first piece is going to be, well, 15 divided by 2, so it's 15, and I'm going to divide that number by 2. You get 7.5 inches, okay? 7.5. So I'm going to make sure that this is 7.5 right there. That's where I need it to be. It can be pulled a little bit, but yeah, 7.5 inches. That is going to be the widest part of my piece. I'll give you guys an example. Let's say half of your bust is 20 inches. So you're going to get that 20 inches and divide it by 2. Okay, whatever number you get after dividing that is how long you're going to make increases. Okay, so you 20 divided by 2, you get 10. So you'd have to increase until you get to 10 inches, okay? So you'd have to decrease up to 10, to increase, sorry. You'd have to make increases up to 10 inches before starting the next step, which is going to be decreases, okay? So I hope you understand this and it's very clear. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll be happy to answer you guys. So let's head over to the next step. Make a slip knot. Then you're going to turn your work like so. And on top of this very first stitch, you're going to insert your hook and attach a color. Chain 1. That chain 1 does not count as anything. That is just to secure that yarn. So next you're going to chain one. Still it doesn't count as a stitch. Then you're going to yarn over, and into that same stitch you're going to insert your hook, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, pull through 2. You'll have 2 loops left on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch right here, pull up a loop. You'll have 4 loops on your hook, pull through 2. You'll have 3 left, and then pull through those last 3 stitches, and there you have made your first decrease. So now you're going to make 1 double crochet on top of every stitch that you have until you have 2 stitches left at the end. Alright, so now I have 2 stitches left. I have this and this last chain here, so I'm going to make a decrease. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over again, insert your hook on top of that last stitch, pull up a loop. You'll have 4 loops on your hook, pull through 2. You'll have 3 left, then pull through those last 3 stitches as well. Then you should have something like this. Chain 1 and turn. Then you're going to make your first decrease again. Insert your hook, pull through 2, pull up a loop, pull through 2. You'll have 2 loops left on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop. You'll have 4 loops on your hook, pull through 2 and pull through the last 3. Then make 1 double crochet on top of every stitch until you have 2 stitches left at the end. So once you have 2 stitches left, you're going to make a decrease, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over again, insert your hook into that last stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2. You have 3 left, then pull through those last 3, and you're going to repeat those 2 rows. So I'll go ahead and do the same. I'm going to decrease until I have a total of 16 rows, just like we have for the increase. I'm at the end of my rows. I already have 15 rows completed for the decrease. So I'm going to make this last one with you guys. So the chain this time is going to count as a stitch, so you can chain 3. Then you're going to insert your hook, pull through 2, yarn over again, insert your hook into the next stitch. You'll have 4 loops on your hook, pull through 2. You'll have 3 left on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops of your hook, and that will be your last row. Get your scissors and cut off the yarn. And there you have your first one completed. So you're going to go ahead and make this same piece. Okay, so you're going to make your second piece. So for me, I wanted this to be like upside down, like the other way up. So that's why I had to cut off my yarn. But if that's not the case for you, you can leave the yarn on and continue making the strap that's going to be tied around the neck. Okay, so we're going to make this strap. So here I'm going to tie a knot this leftover strand with my working yarn. I'm going to tie a knot to rejoin it so that I can continue with the strap. right, pull tight, and there I'm going to cut off these strands. So I'm going to insert my hook right here and pull up a loop. Then I'm going to chain 3. Then I'm going to make a double crochet into that same stitch or same space. Chain 3, yarn over and make a double crochet between the previous chain and the double crochet you made. And you're going to repeat that until you have enough for your strap. So keep repeating that until you have enough length for your strap, and I'll be back. So after making your straps, this is what you should be having. So you should be having 2 identical pieces. Now we're going to make single crochet around this whole piece. So we're going to reattach our yarn. I'm going to use the red color. I'm going to start from this point all the way around. So I'm going to make a slip knot. Then attach the yarn right here from our last row of increase. And before that, I'm tying a knot to make sure that these 2 are secured. I'm going to work over them as I go, so I'm going to insert my hook. There are no actual stitches for this part, so we're just working over the edges, over the last stitch that we made. So we're going to work over that, making 2 single crochets in each space. So there I have made 2 single crochets. Going to move into the next space and make 2 single crochets. And into the next, make 2 single crochets. And that's what I'm going to keep repeating until I get to the top where I have the strap. So work your way up, I'll meet you there. Alright, so I have worked my way around and I'm right here at the top. I have this last space to work into, so I'm placing there my last 2 single crochets. Now we're going to cross over to this other side. So what you'll do here is you're going to insert your hook right here where you have your first double crochet and the chain. For the strap, you're going to slip stitch into that space and then cross over to the other side. You'll have something like this. Then you're going to slip stitch into the next space, then chain 1, and into that first double crochet you're going to make 2 single crochets over it. So now we're going to repeat the same thing we've been doing on the other side, making 2 single crochets in every row. Okay, so from here keep going and I'll meet you at the very end. So once you get to the end of the row, you're going to slip stitch to join, like so. Chain one, get your scissors and cut yarn. You don't have to do this if you don't want to change colors. So for me, I want to change colors, that's why I have cut off the red one. So I'm going to use the white. I'll make a slip knot. Then I'm going to attach it right here. Chain one, into that same space make a single crochet, then one single crochet in the next 2 stitches, chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then into that same stitch you're going to make a slip stitch. So insert your hook, pull up a loop and pull it through all. You should have something like that. Then into the next stitch you're going to go direct and make a single crochet, single crochet into the next stitch, single crochet into the next, chain 4, into that same space you're going to make a slip stitch. Should have that. Into the next you're going to make 1 single crochet, single crochet into the next and into the next, then chain 4, into that same space or stitch you're going to make a slip stitch, and you should have that. So that's what you're going to repeat until you get to the top here. Then I'll show you how to walk around to cross over and get onto the other side. So I have worked my way up here. I have 1 stitch left here right now, so I'm going to insert my hook and make a single crochet. And then remember here we made slip stitches, so we're going to ignore those. So what you'll do is insert your hook into this space, okay, into those 2 stitches, and you're going to make a slip stitch, and then you're going to get this and cross it over, because we now want to work over this side. So you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to insert your hook into this next stitch right here and make a single crochet, single crochet into the next, and then here we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into that same space you're going to make a slip stitch. You should have something like this. And then here we're going to repeat the same pattern that we've been doing. So single crochet into the next 3 stitches, chain 4, then slip stitch into that same stitch, single crochet into the next 3 stitches, chain up 4, then slip stitch into that same stitch. So you're going to keep repeating that same pattern until you get back to where we started from. So I'll meet you back right here. So I'm working on my last stitches. This is the third one. So I'm going to chain 3 and slip stitch into that same space. Then slip stitch to join. It really doesn't matter if at the end of it you don't have 3 stitches, even if it's 2 or 1, just slip stitch or do the last picot and then slip stitch. So this is what you should have. So after you slip stitch, chain 1, get your scissors and cut off the yarn. So I'm done with my first one, and I'm going to repeat this same process on this. Okay, I'm going to repeat the same thing we did here, step by step, like how we did it. I'll do it the same on this other piece, and then I'll be back to show you guys how to lace it up and make the straps for the sides on both pieces. Okay, so give me a minute. I'm now going to show you how to make the strap that you're going to tie around your back. So I had to reattach my yarn here, so that's why you see my work is like this. So what I'm going to do is insert my hook right here, pull up a loop, chain 1, 2 and 3, and then I'm going to yarn over back into that same space. I'm going to go in with a double crochet, chain 3, yarn over into this same space. Here I'm going to make a double crochet, so between the chain and the double crochet I will insert my hook and make a double crochet, chain 3. I'm going to make a double crochet between the chain and the double crochet that I made previously, and that's what you're going to repeat. It's the same thing we did around for the strap that goes around the shoulders, around the neck, sorry. So pull that tight, and there I have made a total of 29 of these double crochet and the chains. I repeated that 29 times. This is our piece. So right now we are done making it. What's left is making a chain that we're going to crisscross from one side to the other, and I have already made mine here. I made it a bit long because I want it to go around the shoulders as well, but you don't have to do that. So what you're going to do, you see these picots that we made here, that is where you're going to, that's where your chain is going to pass all the way going up. Okay, so I'm going to skip, let me see, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. So I'm going to start from here, skipping these 3 picots. I'll insert my hook right in that chain, and then I will, did I say hook? I'll pass my darning needle, okay, going through the loops, making sure they are nice and even. So I'm just going to keep doing this until I get to somewhere here where I feel like the top is comfortable for me to do it, to stop at, and then yeah, I'll show you how it looks after that. All right guys, so this is how the top is going to look. It's laced up here in the middle, so you can tighten up to your comfortability. And then I made my chains a bit long so I can still, you know, tie it around the neck, but you don't have to do that. You can just tie a knot here in the middle, and tie a little bit of a bow right there. I'm not good at it, but yeah, that's how I do it. And that brings us to the end of our tutorial today, guys. I plan on making some matching shorts, so yeah, stay tuned on this channel. I'll be dropping them soon as the tutorial is ready. So yeah, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, comment if you really like this tutorial, and let me know what you think.